thank you to her and the kids for what they've been doing. This hasn't been easy snow for them to shovel, but I think it's been a pretty successful idea that Erica came up with and the kids, so I congratulate them on that effort.
Probably didn't think there was going to be somebody storm.
No, but...
Good healthy exercise, too.
Yeah, no, I think they should be congratulated on coming up with that idea. Also this week, I sent out emails, now we got the holidays behind us, I wanted to get back to the charter. And I told you at a previous meeting that I would volunteer to step up and take the lead on the charter. So I sent out an email to all the departments, including Greg, to make sure that we give everybody an opportunity to let me know if they want to be on this subcommittee, and also welcome anybody on the board that wants to participate. So I'm trying to collect all the names first, and then my plan is to schedule a couple meeting dates. I don't intend to have a lot of meetings. I tend to just really get the charter out there, let people have copies of it, go back and read it, research your particular areas that affect either your department, your committee, or your organization, and bring the feedback. And that as a committee, as a subcommittee, we're going to go through them, analyze them, and then come here to the board, present them for hopefully an October 2011 town meeting incorporation.
I don't think we can do that.
Okay.
Well, if it's items like we just did, yes.
Bob, we went through this. We already went through a lot of items right here.
Wait a minute. Let me finish. I was going to ask, first of all, a question. If we're going to form a real charter commission, do we have to go to town meeting to approve the formation of a charter commission?
They have to be elected. But I think the changes that we're talking about proposing would not fall under that
That's
guise.
right.
Okay, all right, all right.
So those are the types of things, you'll have two piles here.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess the ones that we can handle through town meeting action and home rule petition,
Absolutely.
and then the others that'll have
Okay.
to wait for...
That's all we're talking.
No, I wasn't trying to slow things down. I just wanted to
That's okay.
straighten out.
But I don't want to go
the path.
backwards, because we spent a lot of time on this
No, this is
in the past, so.
This is making
all right,
sure we're
yes.
going forward properly.
Not a problem.
All right, so the committee would basically compile suggestive changes. And if
That's
those
it.
changes fall into the area of requiring a charter commission,
Mm-hmm.
those changes would have to go off in one direction, and those that fit within the four corners of
Right.
legislative action, town meeting and legislative action,
That's
we
correct.
could act on.
And I have all the ones that were proposed. Well, I think I only received comments from Sean. I have all yours still. I put up a lot, and I think I've written down a couple that you had brought up at a previous meeting. So I have them all put together in an Excel spreadsheet, and as we start collecting them, like I said, I will make sure I will continue to keep feeding that information to the board, and then we'll have a meeting here with you and present everything that we're working on. So that's where we're at. That's the goal on that. That's all I have.
Sure.
Just to reiterate a couple of things. Once again, congratulations to the police department and their accreditation that they received. And also kudos to the DPW. It's unbelievable. It's year after year they continue to do a fabulous job. And I just run into people all over the place and say it's one of the best things, not the only good thing the town does, but one of the best things the town does is snow removal. A couple of things that were just touched upon in terms of snow removal this evening. You may have heard about a week ago, the city of Somerville lost an elderly woman and her son. They perished in a fire, and they believe their deaths were attributed in part by the fact that the fire department, when they arrived, were unable to locate the nearest fire hydrant. So once again, I just encourage you to know where your fire hydrant is when it snows out. Get out there, shovel it out so the fire department can find it. Hopefully, we're not in that situation, but if we are, it'd be nice to be able to locate that fire hydrant without any difficulty at all. And it looks like we're going to get another major snowstorm, unfortunately, in the next 48 hours. So find your fire hydrant tomorrow and make sure it's dug out on Wednesday or Thursday. That's all.
Yes. Just to reiterate what Sean has said about the police department doing a fine job being accredited as they have been. Also, with the snow removal has really picked up in the DPW. I've had various conversations with Mr. Carnival, and you can't ask for a person more on top of a job than he has been. And want to reiterate, what I said earlier about how we approach our cost-saving measures for our health premiums. We definitely cannot lose sight of the impact it may have on our employees. We need to be careful about that. And yet, at the same time, we have to balance those dollars and bring them down and get everybody to the table to discuss what we need to discuss in detail, and work things out. It has to be an open dialogue and a comfortable dialogue, so that everybody understands that it's in everybody's best interest that we get our costs down, yet we maintain quality medical services. So I guess that's it. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I'll just comment on the snow plowing. Just an observation that over the past number of storms, there's been a consistent approach to plowing the snow in my neighborhood. The vehicles have been the same vehicles. In other words, I know that he's created districts and teams. They've been very precise about what they did, how they cleaned the corners and moved the snow. It's just like a recipe that's being followed over and over and over again. In years past, it seems to be a little more helter-skelter. Different vehicles on different snowstorms, coming in different directions at different times. This is just like there's a fixed route and everybody's just following it with a lot of discipline. I think that's probably why things are working out so well. And we owe the DPW under Dick's leadership gratitude for their efforts. And, it's not been an easy winter, and it's going to continue.
Bob, if I may add to what you're saying about using the same people, personnel, I had a question about a specific location, and Dick checked it out and said, no, we could not have done that. That's not something that we would do. And that's good to know, because he knows his area, because he's using the same personnel all the time. So.
Now, with respect to the fire hydrants, clearly, people, even if the hydrant is not in front of your house, maybe there's an elderly person living in the house with the fire hydrant. If you see one in your neighborhood, you should help out. And then if you're in a neighborhood where there's no one that can really move some of the piles of snow that are in front of some of these, I think if you call the fire department, they have a vehicle with a plow, and I've seen them out in some cases moving snow away from some hydrants. So if there is a blocked hydrant and it isn't getting cleaned out, you might call the fire department and alert them. That's maybe one way of getting it done. I've been thinking about all the private contractors that drive around town plowing the neighbors. Maybe we could appeal to them to take a moment when they're in an area to move the snow away from some of the hydrants. Sometimes they're guilty of piling it near the hydrant.
Guilty of burying it, yeah.
We're into the budget process, the budget period, and it's going to come quick. We have some major challenges. We're going to have to make some serious and difficult decisions associated with our services going into 2012, and the school department has an enormous challenge ahead of them too, associated with the amount of funds that are really going to be available. And I think that we're going to do our best to try to keep this information out in the public as we move forward. And we're going to have to work real hard with administration to come up with solutions to end up with a proposed balanced budget for June, minimizing the impact of major shortfall in revenue based on a level services budget. So we have a financial planning team meeting coming up a week from Monday, I guess a week from
Week from
Monday.
today.
And we'll be beginning the dialogue tackling, based on the governor's budget as to realigning, what we're going to have to do. They've, already highlighted that, based on the initial cut of a $900,000 shortfall, I'm sure that's going to grow as a result of what we heard over the weekend. So that's going to be a fair focus, consuming a fair amount of time over the next few months, along with some of our other important goals. We don't want to lose sight of them either, but we are going to have to dig in deep and figure ways of minimizing the impact on services and at the same time living within our means. So with that, I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Oh, I'm sorry.
just on the February meeting schedule, can we take a look at the calendar?
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
I know we're
Thank you,
meeting on
Steve.
the 7th, but I know from the 17th and then the following week, which was school vacation week, there's an issue with members of the board being able to make it. So it's a
And it
question.
may be that we won't have a full board, on any one of those days, so.
Well, normally
Let's
the
take a-
21st is a holiday, so the 22nd would be
Right.
Tuesday, but if you're going to have 2 or 3 members missing.
I will not be available. Who else would not be available? If we can keep it to 4, I think we should,
I won't be here.
On the 22nd,
We won't even
no. I'm out.
we won't have a quorum that week.
I'm thinking, how about the 17th of February, the Thursday before school vacation week?
Personally, I'll be
I'll be
out.
gone.
I'll be out from
I'll
the
be gone, too.
16th to
You'll be
the
gone, too.
23rd.
You're gone from the 16th?
To the
Okay.
23rd.
Okay.
You guys traveling together?
Believe it or not,
We are, yeah.
we are.
Okay.
Okay.
I booked first, though.
He just happened to be where I am. He's following me.
Oh, yeah. Follow my lead, Prisco,
I
once
don't
again.
know what's going on here.
Taking our budget books with us.
Well, do you want to meet on the 14th?
What day was that?
The 14th. So we have two meetings,
The
7 and
14th.
14th?
I don't know how your wife's gonna feel about it, but I'll have to, mine, I'm sure she'll be okay with
My
it.
wife would probably be happy.
So it's
That's fine.
either
What
that
is
or the
going on
28th.
here?
The other point is either that or the 28th, and then we're meeting the following 3 Mondays. We have the 7th, the 14th special town meeting, and then the 21st.
What about the
14th 's
15th? If it was a Valentine's Day, so all our wives would be happy if we're not meeting on the 14th. We could do the 15th?
Yeah.
Does that work?
15th is okay with me?
Tuesday, the 15th? That's what it'll be.
Done.
All right.
All right. Keep track of this stuff.
Okay, so it'll be the 7th, and then the 15th in February, and then we just go into the 3 Mondays in March.
Okay.
Just one more thing. Again, this evening, I probably received 5 texts, a couple of emails that the people can't hear at home with the mics. They say it's,
We've got to,
so I'm not sure if we can get this fixed, but
Well, Mike, the last time that was brought up, and I listened to the tape, it was clear.
It was
Okay.
what?
It was clear.
Huh?
When I played it back on the CD.
I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
I believe it has a lot to do with the heater that's behind you guys.
Okay.
I'm cranking it, and I am maxed out as much
Okay.
as I can.
just maybe for the next meeting, we can try to leave the heater lower and
have you,
talk directly into the mic and maybe
the
help.
open house site.
about my pound mic?
Or maybe you guys can go back and just review the tape and see what you think.
Yeah, we'll review.
Thank you.
Or maybe different equipment. I'm not talking lapel mic, but maybe another 1 or 2 microphones, or
They should
I
be.
good idea.
different
discussed
type of
that.
microphone. It
I
might just be-
discussed that with Rob at the
Right.
open house they had. It's just a matter of getting some funds, maybe a grant or something they might come up with. If we all had lapel mics, the problem would go away probably.
I don't know if I want
But,
lapel mic,
they got to make an investment.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me sneezing and
Yeah, I don't
coughing.
know for the lapel mic. But I mean, there's got to